Tom, I've been really looking forward to this.
Thank you, so have I.
Tell me, who is Tom Skinner?
I suppose I'm a market trader from Romford. Love buying and selling, love me friends, love me family, love a pint of beer.
We're having one afterwards, aren't we?
100%, mate, 100% looking forward to that. Just go out there. I enjoy spreading positivity and trying to help people when I can. And I suppose that's me, just a geezer that worked in the market stall, went on the apprentice, and now I'm sort of doing everything, which is.
I want to come to that because it does feel like you're doing everything. But that positivity, like I'm smiling uncontrollably, and I have been the minute I've been sort of listening, watching to anything in the build up to today, even thinking about you coming in. Do you find that with other people as well? It's like a real magnetism. You rub off with real positivity.
One of my mates, Big Lanks, like large in life character, he suffers with his mental health a little bit. You know, he's very up and he's very down. And one thing he always says to me is, Tom, I just love being around you because you're just always positive. You bring him up, like, and he's one of my best mates in the world. And I don't know what it is in me. I just always value what I've got. I always have done. I don't know what, like, you know, people go, I think, hang on a minute, I've got that. You know, I've done that, and I enjoy working and people around me. And what makes me happy is seeing other people happy. And that sounds mad. I love bringing people up because if I'm having a good time and you're having a good time, we're having a good time. If you're down, it ain't gonna be as good as we're all up. And that's what I just like doing.
Who brings you up? Is it a complete? Do you actually need it? It doesn't feel like you're lacking anything. I don't mean it in an egotistical way or arrogant way, but like it's like you wake up and you're on 100 mile an hour.
I mean, I was telling you out there before we come, I've done this thing where they put a heart monitor on you for 3 days, and it's about people. No, I don't sleep. One thing I don't do is sleep. I'm a very, very bad sleeper.
Have you always been like that?
Always been like that. I'm up at the crack of dawn, 3, 4, 5 of them every single day without fail. I go to bed and I wake up 3 or 4 times a night, and weird, they actually sell pillows and beds, but I just don't sleep. And they put this monitor on me, and when I've done it, the geezer went, mate, he said, you've got a resting heart rate of like 35 beats per minute, which is like athlete, or I've got something wrong with my heart.
Olympian.
Yeah, which is, but then he said, the second you wake up to the second you go to sleep, you're non-stop.
So you're literally the extremes of the whole kind of axis, if you
like. And I said, is that good, is that bad? Like, he said, oh, like, he said, you will get burnout. He said, you will get, without a shadow of that, you will get burnout. But look.
When was this?
Well, this is a little while ago, a couple of years ago now.
Well,
so
it's not happening. You look radiated. I know you just come back from Tenerife, but you got the town. But it's in your eyes. There's a real healthy, positive vibe from your eyes, right? Which would not describe any lack of sleep at all. Is that because you're churning things in your head? Are you spending things? You've got lots of different things on your plate, right? But it's not like you're worrying about them.
I don't know. I feel like, look, back to your question, what brings me up? Look, now it's my family, you know, my little kids. I've got 3 beautiful little babies. I'm very lucky. I've got twin girls, Roma and Darla, and a little boy, Henry. They're my world, you know, and that brings me up when they come, when I come back from work and I've had a stressful, long day, and they go, Daddy, and all jump up and give me a cuddle. That's the world to me. My beautiful wife, you know, listen, it's as much her as it is me for where I am today because of her. She brings me up, you know. My friends, and obviously West Ham brings me down because we're pony at the minute. But look, I get brought up, I suppose, from having people around me. I can't be on my own. I don't like being on my own. Like I even, this is going to sound like a weird one. I leave the light on at night, or I leave a telly on.
That's why you can't sleep.
Yeah, but I can't. Yeah, but I can't. I would go crazy sitting in the room on my own.
Because you've got a tribe around you, right? And that's one of the things that I imagine any of your friends, you're so important to them, you know, so valuable. But they are all equally valuable to you, right? That's what I love hearing. So like that you picking them up, but then you seem to have a natural desire to help people and want to help people, which isn't just your friendship kind of group. You're doing that in so many other ways.
I'm on this mad little train journey, yeah? And I don't know when it's going to stop.
So there's no destination?
There's no destination. I don't know where it's going. But he's full steam ahead at the minute. And I'm like, look, everyone's coming with me. You with me? Like, you're on it. You know what I mean? I give all my pals jobs, you know. I've set up business with me mates. So we go together. We're like a little team, you know. And with my little team, I know people say this, but I've got the best team in the world, my little mates, you know. Like, we could take over a country easily. That is what I've
formidable.
Got. You know, it's like we've got this little clique, and we don't row, we don't like fight, we don't argue, we just get on with things. Mate, sort it out, no problem, done. That's how it is. Do you know what I mean?
Mission aligned. And what is that journey? What are you really enjoying doing? You clearly have always got up early in the morning. There's that sort of market trader side to you, that mindset, paper round, all the stuff that's got you. But what's driving you now? What's the purpose now?
Just to carry on going, just to carry on moving forward.
You're enjoying it, right?
I'm loving it, I enjoy making money. Who doesn't? Anyone that says money don't buy you happiness is a liar, let's be honest. Like, money does buy you happiness. There's things that I can do now that I couldn't do 15 years ago, like...
Gives you options.
Gives you options, opens doors. It's not me that I get buzzing out of. It's seeing other people happy that I get a big buzz out of. And come on, I'm going to do this with you. Like, I ain't never done it. Well, let's go and do it. I love doing things like that. That's a buzz for me, you know what I mean?
That. So what are you doing now? Because we know from an apprentice point of view, which is instantly gave you kind of fame, if you like, and recognition, and then that sort of personal brand, if you like. But every time I go on my Instagram, it was golf 2 weeks ago. That looked fun. I want to know why you're doing things and what you haven't done yet that you really want to do.
Well, we've just been filming a new golf YouTube series with all different celebrities. Fun. Do you know what? Before here, I had a meeting in King's Cross and I watched the first episode, and it is hilarious because I ain't the greatest of golfers, but I'm all right. When you go on YouTube and you type in golf and you watch Golf Life and you watch all these other golf shows, listen, they're brilliant, but they're all scratch golfers. When I'm a 15
it's not relatable.
Yeah, listen, I duff shots, I throw my clubs, I get the and I thought, why don't we get some rubbish golfers on there? Or people starting out and like this, everyone wants to be good at golf, but we ain't. And most people will never get there. Do you know what I mean? I play golf because I enjoy it. I know that I ain't going to be a scratch handicap player. I know that because I ain't got the time. You know what I mean? Some people, that's what they do. They play golf and it's fantastic. But I've got kids, I've got businesses. I can't just play golf. So I wanted to do a YouTube series playing golf where people can see real golfers, not scratch golfers. So we've been doing that in the background, and that's getting edited up, and that's going live in the next few weeks. Tom's Guinness Golf Club, that's number one. Number two, got my market stall still, which I still work when I can. I love it. It's in my blood. Like, I've done them. That's the first thing I ever started doing. That's probably the last thing I do. It's not about the money anymore. It's about I enjoy it. I love the buzz. I was going out, finding the stock, having a deal, having a bargain, going out and selling it, nicking a pound.
That's a constant.
Mate, it's a constant, and the markets ain't what they were. But with markets, when you lose the markets, you lose the high street. When you lose the high street, you lose things like the NHS, the roads. Like, people forget that small, like SMEs, small medium businesses, are the backbone of the UK.
So there's a social reason to keep that going as well.
It's so important that I carry on, not just me, market traders in general and shopkeepers in general. We can't give up because small businesses pay the taxes that pay for the roads, pay for the hospitals, the ambulance drivers, civil servants that keep this country going. That's funded by SMEs, not big corporations that send their money elsewhere. Small businesses, the one-man bands, the small people within the room. And they've had such a hard time, with everything going up, taxes going up, no one backing them, right? Especially like the last 15 years, no one in the last 15 years of government have really supported them, got behind them. The decline in the high street, the increase in rates and rents and things like that. So I just enjoy it because look, let's not give up on that. Yeah, it's hard. Listen, you can't earn nowhere near what you could do 15, 20 years ago, but there's still money to be earned. There's still fun to be had, And think about the older generation, the people that ain't got the smartphones, that can't work on the computers, that are single on their own, that have lost their loved ones, that wake up and their life is going to the market on a Friday afternoon.
My grandma she's no longer with us, but you're absolutely right, and she'd go along and talk to them all, and when she died, it was a massive loss to all of those things because they knew she was part of the community.
That person that comes down and buys a tea towel, comes and says hello, that social element, that is keeping... We are becoming an environment where we don't talk to each other. We're all so fixated on our phones, on our laptops, on our screens. Like, let's be honest, like that element we're losing out. People now go and buy a coat, it don't fit, send it back. What happens when you go to the shop, talk to the man in the shop, grab a cup of tea? That whole social element, we're losing it. And I feel like I've got because I've got a bit of a platform, I've got a little bit of a role to play here to try and push it out.
Real passion coming through as well. Right? That's got you animated,
mate,
right?
It's scary because when my kids are my age, that might not be there, and that worries me that we're going to live when there's no emotions in buying products. When there's no, look at that coat, that's lovely, touch it, feel it, rub it, you know what I mean? Like anything, and when we lose that, retail's dead, and when we lose that, NHS is gone. And that's a real worry. That's why I'm so keen on pushing doing the market stalls. That's one of the things. Then I've got my boxing gym, Bosch Gym, which I got a few years ago because, look, I since becoming on The Apprentice and going and doing everything else and all that, like, I thought, you know what, I want a gym where I can go with my mates, yeah, and we can do what we want to do in there, and we can take our shirt off and no one moan at us, we can film a couple of videos, we can eat a donut without no one giving us grief. And I just bought a gym, and then I've done it all up and spec'd it up, Bosch Gym, and then it started taking off. Listen, it doesn't earn fortunes of money. In fact, some months it doesn't earn any money, but the one that I've done with that gym is we do like the anti-knife crime campaigns. We put an amnesty box in there. It's in Brentford, Essex, but I've done work with Newham councils and London councils and said, look, like, you know, any kids that carry a knife, if you ain't got no money, come up to my gym. You know what I mean? You ain't going to get judged here. And I'll give you free boxing lessons. We've got coaches that work with you. You can talk, you can get me problems, because one of the biggest problems you'll find is that a lot of these kids, and they're normally single parent families, their mums and dads are normally, you know, not working, got no money, on drugs, and these kids as young as 8, 9 years old are carrying knives because they're getting involved in things to get money elsewhere and they haven't got no hope. And the gym now sort of come into that sort of way, and I'm trying to, look, listen, I'm a one-man band, I can't help everyone, but if we help one kid, we save one life, that's blindness.
It's role model stuff, isn't it? Giving people hope. I mean, listen, if you're leading by example, which you are, I mean, everything you're saying now is so compelling, and actually quite rare. You know, in this society, everyone's in it for themselves. They're taking, right?
Mate, and about listen, the gym don't earn money. You know, like we rely, and I'll be honest with you, we rely on. We get the odd small business go, Tom, like we'd like to sponsor. Can we put our can you give us a shout out? And I go, of course I can. And I'll go on Talksport Radio and say, thank you to so and so. Do you know what I mean? And I'll do that. And in exchange, they'll give us 500 quid, and that'll pay for like 10 lessons. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to do with that gym. It is what it is. It's there for me and my friends. We're trying to do what we can in the community. Do a few free kids lessons. We've got the amnesty box. The maddest thing is that the local council weren't too happy that we was doing that, but we're going to carry on doing it anyway. I couldn't care less, like what they say. Do you know what I mean? So that's that one. Then we've got a workwear brand company where we, you know, if you've got a scaffolding company, and started off years and years ago, me and my mate, we used to snide Lacoste t-shirts and stitch them on and sell on the markets, and now we do it professionally. Do you know what I mean? And that's another thing we're doing. And then obviously just got fingers in all sorts of little pies. What
have you not done that you'd love to do? Because you're clearly a super creator, and a lot of what you're doing is creating stuff to fulfil a purpose or help.
Yeah.
So like you've got your platform, you've got a really loyal, passionate tribe, which I'm now part of as like a following, if you like, social media. But what if you sort of fast forwarded, imagining what you were doing or could be doing, what would that look like?
I don't know is the honest answer.
I get that, because you're living in the moment, right?
Mate, I don't worry about tomorrow. Like, no. I don't. I've never have done. I know that I can go out and earn £1, whatever. I go and get in my van, I can go and earn £1 wherever I go, yeah. Money's not my God. It ain't, never have been. I've earned thousands of pounds. I've spunked thousands of pounds. Like, I've never really... I'm not a money manager. I'm not involved in that. I've got nice things. I've got nice home. I've got nice cars. I've got all of that. You know, my friends are looked after. My family's looked after. But if it all goes tomorrow, I don't think it'd change the way I am. I'd still just go out there and just be me. You know what I mean?
You've also got a confidence that you could just go and do it again, make money. You know you can. You've proven that to yourself, and you've done it from such a young age. I imagine that's through upbringing and through kind of influences you saw. But, you know, how would you sort of give the advice to someone that's looking at you, seeing real confidence, real enthusiasm, and is lacking that, but wants to be, you know, maybe they're ambitious, but it's all locked up with voices in their head?
You need to find what you're good at first. Look, like I knew from a young age, look, I'm dyslexic. I got expelled from school, right? But one thing I knew I was good at was selling things. Even from paper rounds, you know. I was like, from a young age, doing my bits and pieces, selling chocolate at school, sweets, selling broken handbags that my dad was selling. I knew I could sell. I knew I could talk to people. That was one thing I was good at. I was always confident in coming forward. And so I built on that and worked on it. Now, whatever it is that you are good at, or something you enjoy doing, right? You might not be great at it today, but if you want to be really good at something, yeah, do not give up on that goal. Set yourself a target, whether it's to, let's just say layman's terms, not if it's to earn £50 a day or whatever that target is, set yourself on that target and do not stop until you get there. It might take a week, a month, a year, But do not give up, because you could be that close. You could be centimetres away from cracking it. And if you don't get there, you give up beforehand, you'll never know. So you need to believe in yourself, because every single person on this planet, I believe, can do greatness. Every single person is able, you know, to overcome their fears, yeah? We are a lot stronger than we can ever imagine. We all are. It's just putting our mind to it. Like, if we believe in ourselves and we push ourselves and we set a target and we don't give up, the world's our oyster. You can either sit there at 80 years old, oh, well, I wish I tried that. I pushed myself, and all right, it didn't work out, but that one did.
Yeah,
you know, you will find it if you keep on going.
Totally, and you've got a great relationship, I imagine, with failure, right? You're a serial entrepreneur.
Cool.
So many things you tried. Even going back to The Apprentice, right? I know the story of you.
Never won a task, did I?
No, but it's like it's this whole, like, actually, if you don't try something, you won't know, and actually, you might not even achieve the target or the goal that you set out to, but you'll have kept moving, and you'll have then actually potentially speared into something else that's allowed you to do that.
John, the harder you work, the luckier you get. That is true. And when you work hard, and you really do work hard, you'll find people will help you. If you're lazy and you don't push yourself, people won't help you. People that are successful in life love to see someone trying, love to see someone giving it a go, and they'll always give you advice, yeah? You know, and you should never, ever, I've said this a million times, take any criticism from anyone you want to take advice from. That's a big thing, you know? Like, someone might come in there and say, well, I don't think you should do that. I don't think you should do that. Well, would you take advice from them?
That's so interesting.
If you wouldn't take advice from them, don't take any criticism from them.
So we're both dads, right? And I'm a bit further ahead than you, but I'm sort of wondering, like, so much of what your kids are learning about that real life messages is probably so much more important than what they're learning in school. Personally, I think it's archaic and a bit broken and needs updating. What are your thoughts?
I think the world's gone soft, John. I think that we are too soft on kids, you know? Like, I do, listen, like, this is good, people probably won't agree with me with this, yeah? But like with my little boy, he was, this is going to sound really bad, he was colouring in this thing and he kept getting the kept going, because he was like doing that. And I went, what are you doing? Like, and he was going over the lines. I went, no, do it again. He's going, no, Dad. And he's 4. But I kept pushing him, and he was getting upset. No, I don't want to. I said, no, well, look, you're getting upset that you can't do it. You can do it. Like, you can.
Keep going.
And I kept pushing him, and he was like, oh yeah, like, and he done it. And that sounds stupid, but I pushed him. And I think people just need a little bit more of a push, you know. Like I mean, one thing I was talking about you earlier was these chill out rooms, these calm down. Mate, whatever happened to telling someone off and, you know, being a bit hard on someone? And I think, like, look, I know, listen, bullying is terrible, bullying is bad, but every single person in the world at one point in their life has been bullied, me included, many a times, by different people. That has been probably one of the best things that ever happened to me.
That's built your resilience.
Of course. You know what I mean? And I think as well, like, kids in school, you know, now are taught to label themselves. They're all taught to label themselves as something, yeah? I'll tell you how I'm going to explain this right now. Right, the classroom is full of monkeys. There is 20 monkeys in the classroom, yeah? And there's one kid that's a shark, right? Now, the lesson today is to climb the tree, okay? All the monkeys are going to be at the top of the tree, and the teacher's going to go to the shark. Oh, you keep trying, like, you must be stupid. You must be an idiot, yeah? You must be dense. Why can't you climb the tree, yeah? Well, hang on a minute. Chuck that shark and all the monkeys into a sea. Who wins then? I think find out what everyone's good at first.
Brilliant.
And then teach them.
One size doesn't fit all, right?
100%.
So well articulated. I think that's awesome. How do you look after yourself? So you've come through your, but you do. You look fit.
Listen, I go to the gym. Yeah,
cool.
I'm strong.
So tell me about that. Is that a routine? Is that every day? When do you fit it in? Because you've got such a crazy schedule, right?
I go to the gym as many times as I can. Yeah, if I've not got an hangover, I'll go there every day. I enjoy the gym. I enjoy keeping strong, keeping on my tight. I do a lot of boxing. I do a lot of weights. I'm physically very strong. Always been strong, setting up market stalls as a kid. It just makes you naturally strong, lifting up, loading up lorries, loading up vans, physical. And as well, in this day and age, you never know when someone's going to try and jump you and nick your watch off you. You
So
need to be
is
physically...
any of it to do with that? Did you feel a correlation? Because I feel like there's been a needs must. You have to lift the things into the van. The market's still...
Yeah.
Then there's an element of like, you look good, strong, right? It suits you. So like maybe you feel that. But is there any part of it that... Because I don't feel like, not in an arrogant way, I don't feel like you struggle with your mental health, but it's partly because you're so focused and you're so busy, there's no room for that and it doesn't come into your head.
Yeah, I mean, like don't get me wrong, like, I'll be a compulsive liar if I said I've not had down days. Like, every single person in the world's had a down day. Me included.
I bet you probably have
one...
a down minute though, don't you? I can't imagine having a down day. You'll have a down hour and then you're out of it.
But I don't ever, A, let anyone ever see that, ever, in a million years, and B, like, you know what, yeah, all right, it's going a bit wrong at the minute, take a deep breath, carry on. Do you know what I mean? That's how I am. Yeah. Like,
that's good. So you recognise, I was going to ask you that, like there's being present and there's, so you're quite good at it, because you're crazy busy, right? And you use that analogy of the athlete at sleep and then athlete during the day for different reasons, but actually on those bad days, tough times, you take stock and have a little chat with yourself.
Of course.
And then you go again.
Have a cup of tea, have a cigarette, whatever it is that, you know what I mean? Have a go and have a pint of beer, go and ring up one of your mates.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, talk to your wife if you have to. No, do you know what I mean? Like, just do something to calm yourself down.
Yeah.
And then, like, I mean, one of the things that I do, like, is, and you're going to say like, I'm not like a complete loony here, yeah. But when I'm having like a mad day and things ain't going right, and at the end of the evening, before I go to sleep, yeah, I've got a diary. I've had a diary. My mum buys me a diary from Aspinall's every single year for Christmas, yeah, with my initials on it, which my initials are THS, Tottenham Hotspur. I'm a West Ham fan, Thomas Henry Skinner, right, but it says THS at the top of my diary, so you don't want to think it's a Tottenham Hotspur diary. And I've had it every year since I can remember my mum buying me one. And every evening, or most evenings, when I've had a day, whatever, I write down the things that I weren't happy with just before I go to sleep.
And that's journaling. There's people that swear by journaling.
It's getting rid of all the bad bits and starting afresh tomorrow. Look, you know, you got through yesterday, yeah, you're going to get through tomorrow. You know what I mean? But let's start again. New chapter, new page, bang. And I just write it down. Right, you know what, I weren't too happy, like, boom, 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 that's it, right, that's one forgotten about.
Yeah.
Move on to the next one.
I think it works for you, right? And I can see why. And for someone so positive, naturally positive, and probably trained to be as well, you've probably not even remembered or even been able to sort of go back as far as to being anything other than just take that day on, because you've not even had time. I've got to talk to you about food. I've said this to you off camera. And again, I'm smiling just thinking about that. I'll go on my Instagram, I'll click on a story, and it's literally larger than life, a plate of food, often at breakfast, that most people associate as a dinner. Where's that come from? Because it's that non-conformist bit about you that I love, and think everyone watching, listening is the same. It's just like, I'm not going to have bacon and eggs, I'm not going to have porridge, I'm having roast beef, Yorkshire, and you describe it, you articulate it, and before you know it, I'm starving.
Out of my little circle of mates, I'm the smallest one. I'm the little one, yeah? And they're all just massive. They're all giants. I'm 6 foot tall and 18 and a half stone. Do you know what I mean? I'm the small one.
You've got big presence as well.
And I'm the small one, right? And we've worked on market stalls. We deliver beds all over the country. Like we're in the gym. We don't stop, but we always get up crack of dawn. What
is that? What time is that?
Between 3 and 5, more or less 6 to 7 days a week. Yeah, and there's a cafe, a very special cafe called Dino's Cafe in a New Spitalfield market in East London. And New Spitalfield is the fruit and veg sort of hub for the southeast of England, yeah? All the market traders, like we've got a stall that we try and do a little supermarket on Ilford with, yeah? We try and do affordable food on there, tinned, close to date food and fruit and veg. Another thing that I didn't even mention. But we go there, and I've been going there for years, and when we're doing our beds, when we started off in London, we go in there, so load up the vans in London, go to the cafe, have a bit of breakfast. But where we're all lumps, where we're at, 15, 16-hour grafting days, a little bacon sandwich, a little bowl of porridge just ain't going to cut it. You're going to be hungry in 2 hours, you're going to eat junk food all day. And I've always been taught you have a proper meal, don't matter what time of day it is. My mum's always been a feeder my whole life, yeah? An army don't march on an empty stomach, they don't. And we're going there, and because this cafe is open from midnight until 9 in the morning for all the people buying the fruit and veg that are going to work during the day, it serves whatever you want. Like, if you wanted a chicken curry at 2:30 in the morning, you'll get a chicken curry at 2:30 in the morning. If you want a shepherd's pie with steamed veg, roast potatoes, and a bowl of soup on the side, you'll get that. Ernie and the boys will make it for you. And we've always gone in there when we started out our days, and we're going there, me and my little team, normally like 6 or 7 of us, go and sit down and we'll have our lasagna at 4:30 in the morning. And I'd normally give this pep talk to me pals. Right, listen, today, yesterday we smashed the life out of it, but today, right, you're up to Manchester in the van, go up there, go and smash it, go and get yourself a tip, go and nick a few quid. Right, you're on the warehouse for me today, we've got to unload 2 lorries today, okay, let's go out there, let's not stop, let's not have a break, let's go and crack it, get it done, get it over with, get in the pub at 1 o'clock, yeah? Right, what you boys on the market, okay, right, listen, I'm going to both give you 50 quid extra on your money if you reach 2 grand in your belts each. What are you going to do? You're going to do it. Of course you are. Let's go and do it. And I'll give you a little pep talk to them, and I've always done it.
It's a motivational speech, that is, yeah.
And then like we sort of, I've done it on a video for one of my friends that wasn't very well, and then we just one of my mates went, just put it on Instagram, just do it. And we've done one, and I remember one of the first ones. Bear in mind, I've been doing it for ages before, and I've done this video, and I think I was having a steak pie, a bit of steamed veg, and some peas, and I poured the gravy on without looking, because I've always done the no-look gravy pour, which is, I don't know what it's the thing that I do. And I'm eating it, going, right, go out there, give it 100, don't go home until you're proud, mate. And I put it on Instagram, and it got like 1 million views.
So they look confused by that?
Yeah, I was like...
This is what I do every day.
Yeah,
Why is anyone...
I was like, whoa, so...
Was that a moment, though, where you realised, in the nicest way, that you were a character, that you were someone that instantly resonated with people? Who were like, okay, not everyone does this, because in your own world, sometimes you are who you are, and why would anyone be... But actually, did you have a moment where you're like, well, clearly people find this amusing, and...
So I thought I'd better go back tomorrow and do it tomorrow. And then we carried on doing it day after day. And this was I think 2022 or 2023, whenever it was.
Yeah.
I remember it was the run up to Christmas. And the next thing you know, like, ITV rung me up, can we come down the CAF? The Sun newspaper wanted to go there. And I was thinking, what? And it went ballistic, Some of my TikToks was on like 40 million views of me having like a roast dinner at 4:30 in the morning, just giving a motivational speech and all I was telling was people to not give up. And
that puts pressure on you, by the way. You're not allowed to get ill or disappear. There's probably people that, without even realising, that you're their fix in the morning.
And then John, it got a bit serious, just because I don't read the messages I get really, because I get so many, and I've actually got one on the phone. I'm going to read it out to you. I posted it. I don't know if you see it.
You must get a lot of messages.
Hey brother, I know you're busy and a popular fella, so you may not read this, but I wanted you to know that you have saved my life. A couple months ago, I booked myself into a Premier Inn for the night under the false pretense of a work trip. I fully intended to take my own life, and I didn't want my wife and young son to find me. I relapsed with a litre bottle of vodka after being 6.5 years sober. And I took a Stanley knife from my toolbox with the genuine intentions of climbing into the bath and opening up my arms. I'd been drinking all night, psyching myself up, and I just happened to scroll through Instagram. I watched one of your many early morning motivational videos from Dino's. Think it was just after your girls were born. You didn't say anything particularly earth-shattering or different from your other videos, but it hit me that morning. Your consistency, your graft, your joy when you mentioned your kids. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to say thank you, my brother. And
Powerful.
I thought,
You've literally just been told there you've saved someone's life through being you, through being you authentically you and putting out positivity, which actually is how we started this conversation. I get it. That's proper emotion,
mate. And then I thought, do you know what?
That's your purpose.
Well, yeah. I thought, John. I thought like these are doing more good than what I actually realised. Like, I'm going to carry on doing it. If it saves one person's life, it's fantastic. People, listen, ain't no skin off my back. I love my food. I go to the cafe in the morning. Like,
You're doing what you want to do anyway.
I enjoy going down the cafe and having what I want. We've had so many people tell me that, and I never realised, mate. Honestly, I didn't realise.
It's nice you do though, and the fact that you've acknowledged that, and as hard and as difficult as that is for you to read, and for that person to have even wrote to flip back to where they were. That's the positive force you're putting out in your world, in everyone else's world. It's amazing. Where did a Bosch come from? Because that's something that I've had these chats with other people in the build up to it, and it's like, they go, oh, I see the guy who goes Bosch, and I'm like, and it's just like, no, he doesn't do it like that. He does it. You've got all this presence. You got this, and when you put it in, put the effort into it. It's just like it's your signature thing. No one else can do it like you.
So, the Bosch has gone for years. My dad and his mates and all the boys like used to work in the markets in the East End, and it was a saying, just Bosch. Don't say good Bosch. Well done, Bosch. And then I've always said it. My dad's friends used to call me Bosch as a kid, and as I got older and went on to The Apprentice, I never realised how many times I said it. But 2000, was it 9 or 2008 when it came out, the BBC made a real highlight of how many times I said Bosch. It was every episode I said Bosch at least 5 or 6 times. And then it started sort of trending on social media. Oh, he's the Bosch fella. He says Bosch, And I thought, well, let's name one of my companies Bosch. And then I had Bosch Gym, Bosch Beds, Bosch Mattress, Bosch Home,
It's
Bosch
good you harness that.
We've got everything Bosch. And then, now you got... And then I've always sort of finished off on my tweets saying Bosch at the end of them. When I text my mates, I put Bosch at it. I've always done it for years and years. Now you got every single TikToker and Instagrammer just copied me, and just say it. And people are making a living off of just saying Bosch, which is I've done my whole life. But good luck to them. Let them look.
Yours is an original journey and story, right?
Actually, when I was in Tenerife last week, I bought another Bosch number plate that went up at auction. I bought that one. I'll show that one later because I don't know how much it was on here. But I've got a Bosch on my Bentley now. I've got Y2 Bosch on my black cab that's running around London. And today I've got L2. I've got loads.
It's synonymous, but it's something that you've just organically brought into your world, and then you've embraced it. And it's a cool identity.
It's just saying.
Do you get people coming up to you in the street?
All the time, mate. All the time. I mean, like now.
Do you embrace that, or you're like? Mate,
no, I don't. Listen, like now, it's just, it's crazy that you've got TikTokers and Instagrammers literally making a living out of saying Bosch from saying that I've just always said. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
It's just
no, I think it's. But there's a whole journey that what I love is right from a young age in context of things you've been able to do that you've wanted to, and that focus you put on things that you want to achieve, and then ultimately, being satisfied from that and being successful, and that's the word I wanted to come to. Sitting here now with perspective, maturity, family, how do you describe success?
I think success to me is if you can walk out of a room that's full of people, and when you leave that room, everyone goes, you know what, he's all right. That's success. That's success.
Love that.
When you're a good person. I think, nothing really matters. As long as you can have good people around you, you can put a roof over your head and pay your bills, even if you struggle to pay them, you push yourself. It ain't all about having everything. That ain't the goal. Goal is people. Goal is family. That's goal. Goal is being a good person and helping people, because you get better satisfaction when you help someone than when you help yourself. Fact. You try and do one good thing a day. You buy someone a coffee, ring someone up, who's having a bad day. That's success. Doing the right thing, time over and over. Don't do it for everyone else. Just do it for them, That's it.
And just like the guy in the message there's a consistency to that you turn up and show up every day for yourself, for your family. And by default, that's the role model bit that's what rubbed off on me. And, I'm conscious of time. I could talk to you for another 2 hours.
Don't shut up, sorry.
No, it's not that. I could literally open up a whole other conversation, but
you're going to go to the pub to the pint, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I'm going with you. But I've loved it, and I know how busy you are, so thank you for making time.
Thank you for having us.
You're an absolute pleasure to talk with, Tom. Thanks, mate.
Bye, mate.